We are here at Baumgartner Field, home of the Indianapolis Greyhounds. Stephen Pagel to my left, Graham Shear on hand. And Stephen, this is the first game Uindy TV has ever broadcasted softball, and I'm super excited. The Greyhounds are having an outstanding year so far. They're 29-3. They have just ran through their opponents so far. Truman State will be their opponent, a GLVC matchup today, and the Bulldogs are 11-21. Stephen, what are you expecting out of this matchup today?
It's the first home game for the Greyhounds, so I'm expecting them to keep on with the momentum they have after the 5 home run game after their previous game. We have 7 innings of windy softball coming, so probably a gritty game.
Yeah, you mentioned it's super windy out here this afternoon, and gusts are blowing in the northeast direction, which is straight out to center field. So expecting, maybe some home runs today because of the bat. The ball is going to be flying. Any pop fly. We talked to Melissa Frost, head coach for Indianapolis, prior to the start of this game, and she's expecting a lot of home runs as well. We'll get you starting lineups in just a moment, but batting first for Truman State today is going to be Callie Unrein. She's playing left field on defense, but she's going to be batting first. And first pitch, no swing, ball. Kinsey Smith in the center circle for Indianapolis. Second pitch is swung on and just fouled back for strike number 1. 1-1 the count. Kinsey Smith has just been an outstanding player for Indianapolis in the few years that she's been here, but on the year, she has just been lights out. A 2 ERA. Third pitch swung on, and that's strike 2. That one just over the right end of the plate, but Unrein had nothing for it.
Yeah, and you see Unrein looking over to the dugout right there. Coach telling her to just be patient.
That pitch swung on as well, but that was fouled back. Nearly caught by Reese, and it goes over to the fence. The count's still 1-2. Pitch number 5. Smith winds, delivers, and it's just high for ball number 2. You see Smith in the center circle. 2-2. Swung on, popped up. Right center field, going over to catch it is Tori Angles making the play from right field. Nice play by Indianapolis, and they have their first out.
Eberwine up now.
Number 13, Emily Eberwine.
Emily Eberwine comes up to bat. Second batter of the day for the Bulldogs. Truman State is coached by Ron Farrell. He's in his first season at Truman, but his 15th season overall head coaching. Playing catcher today, working with Kinsey Smith is Lexi Reese. Reese couldn't get her glove on it. Fouled back by Eberwine.
Nice, strong pitches so far we've seen.
Smith is absolutely fantastic at that. The 1-2 is fouled down the left-hand side, fielded by Emily O'Connor, the third baseman. As we look around the infield, Emily O'Connor's over on third, Sydney Perry at shortstop, Jocelyn Calvin playing second base, and Shelby Cook over at first. In the outfield for Indianapolis, Maddie Stout in left field, Megan Nichols in center, and then Tori Angles, who already made the first catch and the first out for Indianapolis, over there in right field. That third pitch of ball, so the count 1-2. Smith ready. This one's popped up into right field. Angles drops it. Could not make the play. That one almost in her glove, but she could not corral it, and that will be a base hit for Eberwine, and that error is going to go on Tori Angles. Angles hasn't had an error on the year, but that is her first. That one, a tough play to make, running from back there by the warning track. Now the batter, Cameron Patterson.
Truman stay eager to get a score going. They know how tough Smith can be. Any chance they get on the plate is a good one.
That was Eberwine's 19th hit of the year. Patterson's batting 3-1-3 on this season, and there's a strike, 1-1 the count for Smith. Here in the top of the first, and now the home plate umpire is going to run out and talk to Smith for just a moment. That pitch was just off the right side. That's going to be ball number 2. Smith trying to get Patterson to chase, but just couldn't get it. Smith's ready. The 2-1 is swung on, and it's going to be fouled off to the left, down the left-hand line. It's out of play. Stout and O'Connor running over, but no chance of that one. That one was over by the Indianapolis bullpen.
Smith almost leaving the circle. You saw the ump go talk to her just a minute ago. Here we are.
Smith is 17-3 in her starts this year. She's had 22 appearances. She started 16 of those. She, also comes in several times this year already as a reliever. She's thrown 13 complete games. That 3-2 was fouled back. A full count after the last pitch was a ball. Just one out here in the top of the first from Bumgarner Field. Greyhounds looking for win number 30. Swung on and a strikeout, but trying to steal, and Eberwine is thrown out. A double play, and Smith is excited.
Yeah, great play. Just quick instincts right there.
And a great throw by Lexi Reese from behind the plate after the strikeout, and the double play on the steal. Eberwine got caught. Let's take a break. Top of the first is done. Coming up to bat for Indianapolis, Jocelyn Calvin, as well as Megan Nichols and Lexi Reese right here on Uindy TV and the GLVC Sports Network.
The world's a crazy place, and it's only getting crazier. And it seems like no one wants to talk about it. So I'm going to. That's why I created Real Talk, a roundtable discussion show where each week I bring on different guests to talk about hot-button issues in society. Join me every week to get your questions answered, Wednesdays at 1 p.m.
Back here at Bumgarner Field, Indianapolis ready for their first time up to bat here in the bottom of the first, and it'll be Jocelyn Calvin. While we have a moment, let's go down to our silent reporter, Elijah Sutton. Elijah?
Hey, Graham. It's really windy today. We can tell it's been affecting the game so far, even in that first inning. With that fly ball out to right field, it was real hard for her to track that down. She almost got there. But, we'll see how that shapes up for this game and next game. Back up to you, Graham.
All right, Elijah. Yeah, that wind is definitely going to play a factor because you could already see a lot of those pop flies. Saw a couple in the top of the first. They were tough to track down. Tori Angles trying to make a couple plays out in the outfield. She had a tough time as well. Couple pitches In the center circle, Annabelle Zimmer starting today for Truman. Zimmer's 5-7 in her 18 appearances on the year, ERA about 3.5. Giving up some runs, couple pitches, couple balls. Calvin and Zimmer calls time. You can see the jerseys of Zimmer, Calvin just blowing in this wind. The 2-0 is high, ball number 3. 3 pitches, 3 balls. Calvin hasn't had to swing.
Yeah, the wind's picking up. Those balls are sailing right now. Things are flying on the field.
Just saw a piece of trash fly across the field. The home plate umpire has to come pick it up. In the warm-up circles, stood on right now by Megan Nichols, keeps blowing over as well, over by the Indianapolis dugout. 3-0 the count, and high for ball 4, a 4-pitch walk, and the Greyhounds have their leadoff man, Calvin, to first base.
Center fielder number 7, Megan Nichols.
And now Megan Nichols will come up to bat. She has had the best batting average on the year for Indianapolis, 400. And she'll take a first pitch ball. She started all 32 games this year so far for Indianapolis. And she's batted the most times as well with the most hits. 105 at bats, 42 hits. And she'll take a second pitch strike. That first strike of the day by Zimmer, finally able to find the strike zone.
Uindy's still waiting for that first hit.
Zimmer,
Nice.
bunt is laid down, but it's going to be foul, just trickling over. Catching Zimmer's pitches today for Truman, Alex Beard. Behind the plate on the infield, Cameron Patterson over in third base, Olivia Daniels at shortstop, Maria McGonigal at second, and then Brianna Klein over on first. Get the outfield in just a moment. Here's Zimmer's 1-2. That's high for ball number 2. In the outfield for Truman, Callie Ryan over in left field, from left to right, and in center, Emily Eberwine, and then in right field, Macy Taylor. The 2-2 nearly hits, and the quick throw down to first base is not in time by Beard. But that'll make it a full count. Megan Nichols. Greyhounds trying to get a couple opening walks here in the bottom of the first. Full count is high for ball number 4. Calvin will run over to second, and that's where she will stay put. The first 2 batters for Indianapolis have reached base, and now Alexi Reese will try and put one out there. Reese has also had an outstanding year. She's batting second best on the team at .359. The right-hander. She's going to talk with Melissa Frost as well as Emily O'Connor over by the dugout. And the assistant coach for Truman, Rachel Rhodes, going to come out to the circle and talk with Zimmer, try and calm her down after 8 balls and 2 batters. Only 2 strikes for Zimmer. No hits yet by either side. Just a couple walks. Reese trying to get the first. Now she'll line up. Left foot behind right. And the first pitch is just outside. Ball number 1.
Wind settling down here. Wondering if this could be the calm before a scoring storm.
Zimmer can't find any pitch. That one just crowding the plate was Reese, but it sails just inside, nearly hit Reese. 2 balls, no strikes. Zimmer's 2-0 is high as well for ball 3. Zimmer has not been able to find the strike zone at all here in the bottom of the first. Might see Reese swing here. Doesn't have to. Ball 4. And the bases are loaded for Emily O'Connor.
Third baseman number 6, Emily O'Connor.
Great opportunity for Emily O'Connor here. Bottom of the first, bases are loaded, 0 outs. Emily O'Connor, cleanup hitter. O'Connor already 35 RBIs on the year, leads the team by a mile. Trying to add to that, takes ball 1 upstairs.
Yeah, it'd be very fitting we get our first hit with the bases loaded. See what we can do.
And that's a strike. Just catches the inside corner of the plate. O'Connor takes that one looking. The 1-1 pitch is also going to be a strike. That one right down the middle. O'Connor watches it go into the glove of Alex Beard. No swing. And now O'Connor finds herself behind in the count. Here now Zimmer has calmed down and she's got a couple strikes here. This is her first batter that she's gotten ahead in the count. And that is going to be a ball. Boy, looked good to me, but ump says a little bit high. 2-2 now the count. Bases are loaded. O'Connor swings, and that's going to be fouled off into the parking lot behind the press box. Steer clear of the cars back there.
Yeah, partner, it seems like both teams are just trying to get the nerves out.
Yeah.
Wait until the top is busted open. See if we can do it with this hit.
The 2-2 swung on, strike 3, first out by Zimmer, and her first strikeout. O'Connor will walk back to the dugout. First K by Zimmer.
First baseman number 23, Shelby Cook.
Zimmer, that's her 47th strikeout on the year, and now up to the plate comes Shelby Cook, the left-hander.
Cook with the most runs on the year for the Hounds.
First left-handed batter today for Indianapolis, and she takes a couple balls. Bases are loaded, just 1 out here, bottom of the first. And that pitch inside on Cook has to back off, but 3 balls, no strikes. Might see Cook probably lay off here and not swing because a ball would mean a run for Indianapolis. Zimmer's 3-0 is a strike. Clutch pitch there, catches the outside bottom corner of the plate. And now the count 3-1. Steven, you think we see Cook swing on this one?
I do. I think we're wanting a hit. We're wanting a run. This could be it.
3-1 is high, and that will be run number 1 for Indianapolis. Cook doesn't have to swing. And 4 walks here in the bottom of the first for Annabelle Zimmer. And already the score 1-0, and still the bases are loaded for Sydney Perry. Batting number 6 in the 6th spot for Coach Frost. Frost went over and talked to Megan Nichols over at third base. Now she's back in the dugout. Assistant coach Ben Farrell over on the first base, down the first base line. The 0-1 pitch upstairs, ball 1.
Zimmer's trying to redeem herself.
That pitch swung on by
Hey, all over it, Sid.
Sydney Perry, but that one fouled back. Now Zimmer finds herself ahead in the count once again. Last time she was ahead in the count, struck out Emily O'Connor. Can she do it again? The 1-2 is swung on and popped into the outfield. That will be a run for Indianapolis. And a base hit by Sydney Perry.
First hit of the day results in a run.
That's Perry's 26th hit of the year. She was batting .305. Base is still loaded. Now Dominique Proctor, the designated player, will come up to bat for Uindy. Indianapolis making the most of their offense. Proctor got hit by another run. First pitch, Proctor will move to first. Lexi Reese scores, and it's 3-0.
Hey, let's go, Maddie. Let's go, 4.
Base is still loaded.
Annabelle Zimmer giving up just under 3.5 runs per game, but has already given up 3 runs here in the bottom of the first, and there's only 1 out. To the plate goes Maddie Stout, and she will take a first pitch ball. No swing. Proctor on first after she got hit by that pitch. Ball number 2. Wow, that nearly a wild pitch, and Indianapolis could have came over and scored. Shelby Cook on third. Trying to lead off. Thought about stealing. She'll go back to third. The count's 2-0. Zimmer's pitch. That's a strike down the middle. A swing by Stout. Barring a double play here by Truman, Indianapolis will go through at least all 9 batters here in the bottom of the first inning. Stout swung on, fouled off to the right-hand side, hits the net, and that's going to be strike number 2. Tori Angles will be the final Greyhound to bat. She's over, ready to come up. 2-2 the count. Still in the bottom of the first inning. Zimmer calls for time. The wind getting to her again. Steven, how do you deal with that if you're a pitcher, having to deal with this wind and a pretty adverse first inning here for Zimmer?
Well, when you've got a lot of walks going, you really had to just focus and make it out of this inning.
Yeah.
You know, this inning has really, she's seen 4 runs, and she was on a roll there with a couple of strikeouts, but she's just trying to make it back to the dugout without another big run or score run.
The 2-2 pitch, Stout swings on it, but it's fouled off. Hits the net again. Count will remain 2-2.
Doesn't help either when last probably 5 minutes all bases have been loaded too.
Yeah. Indianapolis making quick work on offense here in their first offensive position. That pitch is fouled up, but it's going to be out of play. Brianna Klein couldn't come over and make a play on the ball. A couple fouled off pitches by Maddie Stout. And a great job grinding through this at bat. Trying to put up some more runs. Stout has 14 RBIs on the year. And another foul ball.
Picking up yet again.
And the home plate ump calls for time this time. Just 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Stout gets struck out. Annabelle Zimmer.
It's got to be big for Zimmer's confidence there.
Absolutely freezes Maddie Stout with a little curveball.
Right fielder number 11, Tori Angles.
That's out number 2. Zimmer has a couple strikeouts. Now Tori Angles up to the plate. Another left-hander. Won't swing on the first pitch. Outside, ball 1. There's another ball. Zimmer can't get Angles to chase on her first 2 pitches. There's a strike. Down the middle, Zimmer finds the plate. Angles, ready, nearly hits her, but that's going to be a little bit high. Ball number 3. Now Angles ahead in the count. Could we see another walk here? This would bring in another run. Zimmer, 3-1. There's a strike, catches the inside corner of the plate.
Yeah, Uindy's very eager to get some points scored here. In the event they don't, it could be a late surge for the Truman later that comes back to haunt us.
Full count, ball 4. Shelby Cook comes in to score 4 runs here in the bottom of the first for Indianapolis, and most of them have been walked in.
Second baseman number 8, Jocelyn Calvin.
There's a swing and a drive, and it nearly gets to the warning track. Now it will. That will drive in a couple runs. That's Jocelyn Calvin, the first batter of this inning, and she has a stand-up double, and it's 6-0.
That's exactly what the Hounds were looking for. And hopefully now some more hits are going, and it seems like the tempo of the game is picking up now.
Absolutely. 46 pitches here in the first inning for Annabelle Zimmer. She's only given up 2 hits, but those 6 runs on 5 walks just killed her. 2 strikeouts. Now Megan Nichols, her second batting appearance of this first inning. Bases not loaded, but runners on second and third. Nichols watches that one go in for strike 1. Zimmer has just had a heck of a first inning here. Hasn't been able to find the strike zone. The wind coming into play a lot. Huge factor here for Zimmer as she throws ball 2. There's a swing and a drive down the left field line. A home run.
Home run.
Megan Nichols goes yard, her 3rd home run of the year, and 3 more RBIs. It's 9-0.
Run, Megan Nichols.
Yeah, Nichols runs in. She's signaling that she's been eating. She is the leading hitter for the Hounds, and she just proved it right there. What a hit. Zimmer trying to make it out alive here.
Zimmer trying to keep her composure in the center circle. Still in the bottom of the first. They've given up 9 runs. 50 pitches now for Annabelle Zimmer. And still just 2 outs. Lexi Reese up to the plate. Inside, wild pitch. But no runners on base to move forward. So that will be ball 1.
Calvin back up to hit for the Hounds.
Another pitch just upstairs, ball 2. We talked to Melissa Frost before the game, and she was saying that, you know, her players are just, all of them are outstanding hitters right now. They have just been able to see the ball, and making contact is just extraordinary. She was talking about earlier in the week how it just kept climbing. The level that they were hitting at has just gotten better. There's a strike just on the inside. Reese was getting ready to walk to first, but now the 3-1 count, and just a few hits here in the first inning for Indianapolis, a bunch of walks, but when they have had those pitches on the inside, they've made work of them. There's a foul ball. Reese made contact. 3-2 now the count.
Yeah, and to your point, after one hit, we've seen the Hounds just building off of the momentum, and Nichols just blew the top off right there with that hit. 9-0 already for the Hounds.
We have had a few walks here in the bottom of the first if you're just joining us, but a double by Jocelyn Calvin drives in a couple runs, and a 3-run homer by Megan Nichols, followed by a few walks, 5 of them here in the first inning for Annabelle Zimmer, and it's 9-0. Lexi Reese fouls off a pitch. Count remains full. Zimmer trying to get out of the first. 2 outs here, full count. Reese gets ready. Zimmer's ready as well. Delivers a ball inside, another walk. Reese will head down to first. And here comes the cleanup, Emily O'Connor. Struck out her first time up. She had the first out of the inning.
Third baseman number 6, Emily O'Connor.
O'Connor was the first batter that Zimmer got ahead in the count here in the inning. And she'll take ball 1 inside. O'Connor takes another ball, and Beard trying to catch Reese leading off down there on first base, but the throw down not in time. 2-0 the count. 2 outs for Emily O'Connor. There's a strike. O'Connor lets that one fly by. First pitch of the at-bat. First strike, I should say, of the at-bat. Zimmer's ready for the 2-1, and another strike. That one a hard swing by Emily O'Connor, but doesn't make contact. Strike 2. There's a drive into center field. Emily Eberwein makes the play, and Zimmer finally gets out of the inning. Greyhounds put up 9 here in the bottom of the first inning. Up to bat will come Truman when we come back. You're watching Uindy softball here on Uindy TV and the GLVC Sports Network.
Bryce Young, right?
What did you say?
No, it's Bryce Young. It's obviously Bryce Young.
C.J. Stroud, the obvious pick for Steichen and the Colts.
Ohio State quarterbacks, we know they don't
I mean, come on. He's got the whole offense handed to him. Check out Last Call. We've got all the sports info you need from around the nation and right here on campus. Plenty of Uindy sports.
College football and college basketball.
The NFL.
The NBA.
MLB.
Don't forget about motorsports.
And I'll give you all the gambling picks you need to know to make some money right here on Last Call, Mondays at 4 o'clock on YouTube.
The world's a crazy place, and it's only getting crazier. And it seems like no one wants to talk about it. So I'm going to. That's why I created Real Talk, a roundtable discussion show where each week I bring on different guests to talk about hot-button issues in society. Join me every week to get your questions answered, Wednesdays at 1 p.m.
Back at Bumgarner Field, Truman coming up to bat. Mackenzie West, the designated
Leading off the top of the
player.
second inning for Truman, catcher number 25, Alex Beard.
Alex Beard, will be the batter. Greyhounds turn to double play in the top of the first.
Beard with a long last inning. She's eager now to
62 pitches in that bottom of the first. A pop fly is fielded. Calvin will come over and make the play. A flurry of Greyhounds come over to congratulate her. Out number one. One pitch, one out for Kenzie Smith.
Beard with just 10 seconds of action there.
Designated player number 18, Mackenzie West.
Mackenzie West will come up to the plate, second batter of this top of the second inning. Kenzie Smith is ready. First pitch swung on, and it's a foul ball for strike. Let's check in with Elijah Sutton down on the sideline.
Hey, Graham. So Annabelle Zimmer actually pitched a shutout last game, only allowing 2 hits. But today, this cold weather may be a factor, as her stuff's not really finding the zone too much. But you see, when she did find the zone, the Hounds capitalized off that, with Jocelyn Calvin with a double and Megan Nichols with the grand slam. And now the Hounds have 9 runs to their 0. Let's see how this cold weather will shape up later in this game. Back up to you, Graham.
All right, Elijah, and that was the 3rd home run of the year for Megan Nichols. That's one thing that she doesn't do particularly well. I mean, she does hit the long ball pretty well, but she does bat fantastic on the year for Indianapolis, but only a couple home runs. Does have now 23 RBIs. And they'll meet with Kenzie Smith after a couple strikes here for the second batter, West. Ump will clean off the plate. West is batting .250 on the year. She's only had 10 hits in her 40 at-bats. Does have a home run, though, 11 RBIs. Playing pretty well for Coach Farrell. Truman State 11-21 on the year. And there's third pitch of the at-bat is going to be a ball. This wind doesn't seem to have been a factor just yet for Kenzie Smith. The 1-2 pitch swung on, and it will find its way into center field for a base hit. That's the second hit of the day. Pardon, the first hit of the day for Truman, and Mackenzie West finds her way aboard.
First baseman number 16, Bree Klein.
Brianna Klein up to bat in the 6 hole for Coach Farrell. She's playing first base, her first at-bat of the day. Klein batting .284 on the year. First pitch ball for Smith. Now gets ready, winds, delivers, a ball inside. Ball 2. And there's a strike. Smith finds the bottom of the plate. 1 out here in the top of the second. 2-1 now. Bree Klein, right-hander, lets that one fly by. Ball 3. Smith can't get her to chase. The 3-1 pitch inside. No, catches the corner of the plate. Klein can't believe it, but that'll make it a full count. Excellent pitch there by Kenzie Smith, Stephen.
Yeah, she looks locked in. Although she did get a hit, she's not slowing up.
There's a foul. Klein bats that one over towards the Truman dugout.
Yeah, if I'm Uindy here, I take pride in the last inning and really want to apply pressure here.
Another foul ball. Klein trying to stay alive in this at-bat. Full count.
Taylor in the hole.
Mackenzie West on first. Full count. And another foul ball. And Klein doing an excellent job grinding out this at-bat, trying to wait for a pitch she likes or wait for a ball.
Smith not making it easy on her.
Smith in the circle. Full count. Swung on and a strikeout. Smith sends Brianna Klein back to the dugout. That's out number 2. Second strikeout of the day for Kenzie Smith. Struck out one in the first inning as well. Macy Taylor, the left-hander, up to the bat, up to the plate. Slap hitter, but lets that one go by for ball 1 on the outside.
Yeah, anytime there's a left-handed hitter, seems like that first pitch just seems to sail on the opposite side.
Another high pitch. Reese fires one into the outfield, but staying at second base. West will hold put. But a bad throw into the outfield by Reese, trying to catch West, who was trying to steal, and she was successful. So runner in scoring position now for Macy Taylor. She is ahead in the count as well. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs here, top of the second inning. Taylor, who bats .347. There's a strike. Smith finds the outside of the plate. Slap hit is a foul. Strike number 2. Smith's pitches just have quite a bit of heat on them on this Saturday afternoon. Greyhounds will play 2 today against Truman. Normal doubleheader style format today. Second game coming about 2 o'clock Eastern. There's a pitch. Smith makes the play, but fires one, and that will be the first run of the day. Another error. Smith, a bad throw over to third base. Could we see the second run? We will. 2 Bulldogs come in to score.
Huge play for Truman. There's some life in that dugout now. 9-2. All of Truman's had has really come from mishaps from Uindy.
Second baseman, number 4, Maria McGonigal.
Air's going to go on Kenzie Smith on the poor throw out. She made the play as that ball just stayed a couple feet in from the foul line. Almost looked like a bunt. That one went straight down but stayed fair. And now the score 9-2. Smith has give up 2 runs now. Greyhounds have had a couple errors. Maybe not their most crisp defensive performance so far, fielding-wise. And that is going to be a foul. Check swing. And Maria McGonigal, her first plate appearance. Takes ball 1. The 1-0 is a strike. Smith finds the plate. The 1-1 hit right back to Smith. There's an easy out, and that will get Smith out of this top of the second. Greyhounds coming back up to bat in just a moment with Shelby Cook. You're watching Uindy softball here on Uindy TV and the GLVC Sports Network.
award-winning news coverage. Brought to you by ethical journalists that care about you. We have you covered on crime, latest on sports, and the best in entertainment. This is Uindy TV News.
Bottom of the second inning for your Greyhound.
Back at Bumgarner Field, bottom of the second. Shelby Cook up to bat to start this one off. Here in the bottom of the second, it'll be Cook, Sydney Perry, and the designated player Dominic Proctor for Uindy.
Cook had the first big hit that got us multiple runs. See what she can do here.
Cook was walked her first time up. But like Steven said, scored the first run on that walk. 1 RBI for Cook. Takes ball number 2. Just high. Swung on, and it's drilled. Can they make the play? They cannot. The hustling Shelby Cook has her first hit of the day. Zimmer could not make the play. And Maria McGonigal over at second couldn't get there quite in time. Leadoff man aboard for the second straight inning for Uindy. And now here comes Sydney Perry.
Yeah, we've seen a few of those plays where the ball is just right in the gloves when they drop it. It's really, it comes down to this wind and the cold, making it harder for those plays to happen.
Perry had a hit her first time up, had an RBI little pop-up single over into left field. Takes a first pitch strike. Zimmer's back out there for the bottom of the second. She's now had 66 pitches. 62 alone in that first inning. And there's a high pitch, ball 1. Beard looks down the right field line at Cook, but won't fire.
Outfielders just trying to move to stay warm.
Wind picking up here at Bumgarner Field, which is hard to imagine. It's getting stronger. The 1-1 pitch swung on, and it's fouled back. Perry behind, back into the parking lot. About 44 degrees here at Bumgarner Field, campus of the University of Indianapolis. There's a swing and a drive, and that's going to get all the way to the warning track. To third goes Cook, into second, stand-up double. Sydney Perry's second hit, and the Greyhounds are in business here in the bottom of the second.
Great hit.
Perry just making quick work in that at-bat. Couple pitches, but she saw one she liked, and she drilled that one out. Thought that one almost flew over the fence. That would have been the second home run of the day. The wind is blowing in the batter's favor right now, straight away from the plate, and the wind almost took that one. Proctor, little check swing foul. Strike 1 for Proctor's appearance. Proctor was hit by a pitch in her first at-bat back in the first inning. A first pitch got hit by it. And there's going to be a ball just low into the dirt for Zimmer. Ball 1. High pitch, ball 2. Proctor, the 16th at-batter already for Indianapolis. And we have 0 outs here in the bottom of the second. Proctor, the designated player today. And there's a drive and a base hit into center field. Will bring in 1 run, and here comes the second, and it's going to be Sydney Perry scoring the 11th run of the day in to score. That was Sydney Perry and Shelby Cook. First Cook, then Perry, 11-2.
Yeah, right there. You also kind of seen the weather affect that play. Had she not dropped the ball, she maybe would have been able to throw it and make it home before that second run came in.
That second run definitely would not have scored if it wasn't for the error by Eberwein, who mishandled the ball in center field. She just could not field it. And Perry, who was stopped at third base, kind of stopped in her tracks, then saw Eberwein bobble, and Perry took off for home for another run. It's 11-2. And up to the plate, Maddie Stout for the second time. Stout struck out her first time up. Still 0 outs here, bottom of the second. Stout swings, and that's going to be a foul down the left field line. No play on it. Makes it 2-1. Like Steven mentioned, this is the home opener this season for Indianapolis. They've played 32 games, but none of them here from Bumgarner Field. They've been across the nation, it seems like. They've been down in Florida for quite a while. There's a drive. Stout, and she flew out. Macy Taylor makes the play in right field for out number 1.
Right fielder number 11, Tori Angles.
Tori Angles walked her first time. RBI also scored on the home run. There's another error. The shortstop, Olivia Daniels, mishandles it. Proctor will walk up to second base. And doesn't seem like anything going right for the Bulldogs here, Steven.
No, and both teams are affording the other with
Second
opportunities to score.
Yeah. Calvin, third plate appearance. A walk and a stand-up double. Couple RBIs here. Has also scored twice. And takes ball 1 a little high. Greyhounds have had a multitude of base runners here in the game, and we're still just in the bottom of the second. Zimmer has gotten 4 outs on the day. She's pitched an inning and a third. And she's up near 80 pitches now, make it 79 pitches on the day for Zimmer.
And when it's cold, those number of pitches count even more.
The 2-1 swung on, and Calvin drills it back foul into the parking lot, makes it 2-2 the count. Zimmer looking for her third strikeout of the day. But she's given up those 11 runs. 10 of those runs have been earned. Calvin lets one fly high. Full count.
Zimmer feeling some more pressure here.
Home plate umpire, make sure everybody knows it's 3-2. And another foul ball. Calvin tips that one back. We'll stay alive here for another pitch. Six hits for Indianapolis. Calvin trying to make it 7. And that will be out number 2. Second baseman Maria McGonigal makes the play, but the runners advance. Proctor moves over to third.
Nichols up to bat.
Nichols, who Had a 3-run homer her last time up. Could do the same again. Runners in the same position they were the last time. Runner on second, runner on third for Megan Nichols. And lets that one go outside, ball 1. Indianapolis looking for win number 30 on the year, and their 5th win in the conference. They're 4-0 to start the year in conference action. And there's a strike. Nichols doesn't swing. Zimmer finds the plate. One inside, ball 2. Beard catches it. Maybe a look of frustration, but Zimmer right there with her has been bothered by the wind, has not been able to find the strike zone too much so far today, and when she does, Indianapolis has been aggressive, looking for some pitches. Nearly got hit by that one. Nichols, ump says no, and now 3-1 the count. Steven, you think Nichols will swing here or let this one go?
I think we might see another ball.
Zimmer ready, swung on. Nichols gets it to the shortstop and thrown out at first base. Nice play by the shortstop, Olivia Daniels, and Zimmer's out of the inning, only giving up 2 runs. 11-2 the score. Greyhounds leave a couple on base. Runner on third and a runner on second, but they make it 2 more runs, adding to their total. 11-2 the score after 2 innings. You're watching Uindy TV here on the GOEC Sports Network.
Award-winning news coverage. Brought to you by ethical journalists that care about you. We have you covered on crime, latest on sports, and the best in entertainment. This is Uindy TV News.
Back at Bumgarner Field, Truman up to bat. It's going to be Olivia Daniels, infielder, a freshman. She's going to bat for her first time, the right-hander, and Smith back in the circle. Smith has pitched 40 times, 40 pitches through the first 2 innings. She's given up a couple hits and a couple runs, also a couple strikeouts. Pitch number 41 is a strike down the middle. Daniels lets that one go. Daniels doesn't play that often. She does play that often, doesn't start that often though. Has played in 31 games, and she's only batting 105 on the year, and now behind in the count. Couple strikes. Smith making quick work of her. Looking for strikeout number 3. Kenzie Smith will call for time. The wind just blew her over that time, Steven.
Yeah, it's getting stronger. It's not letting up.
It's gusting out there. The 0-2 pitch, outside,
Some
ball 1.
Heat on that pitch.
Absolutely. The 1-2 pitch, foul back. Daniels stays alive for another. Greyhounds have had some fielding errors here through 2 innings. One on Tori Angles, one on Kenzie Smith.
which led to both scores by Truman.
Yeah. And there's a ball just outside. Smith has had complete control of her pitch so far today. Strikeout number 3. Got Daniels swinging, and she'll head back to the dugout. Out number 1 here in the top of the third.
Left fielder number 5.
Up to the plate, Callie Unrein, the left fielder, will bat for the second time. Unrein ground out in the first at bat to start the game. The umpire calling for time had some dust or dirt fly in his eyes from the wind. Had a lot of that up here in the press box too, Steven. My prep sheets are covered in the dirt from the infield.
Yeah, I have to wipe my glasses off.
Wind's blowing. And there's a strike. Smith not bothered by it, doesn't seem like, other than a couple times. She has been outstanding, even in the conditions. 46 pitches by Smith through 2 1/3 innings. And there's another strike, fouled off by Unrein, but behind in the count, 0-2 the count.
Smith's pitches just look like they're sifting through a tunnel right now. Wind unaffecting them.
Unrein swings,
right,
tipped off the glove of Smith, and they can't make the play. Sydney Perry just late coming over from the shortstop position. Tough play by Kinsey Smith to try and make, but she almost got her glove on it. But that will be another base run. Base runner and the third hit of the day by Truman. And Unrein is aboard here with 1 out in the top of the third. Runner on base for Emily Eberwine, who already has a hit. Pardon, Eberwine does not have a hit just because of when she hit it to the outfield, Tori Engels couldn't make the play. It was an error, so we did not credit that hit to Eberwine. The 1-2 pitch, try and bunt, but she'll let it go by for ball number 2. Eberwine showing bunt, but then backing off, and the swing and the miss. Strike 1.
Trim State trying to play with Smith a little. Smith is making good work of Truman so far.
They're trying to get her out of her comfort zone, trying to show some bunts, making her think before she pitches. But there's another strike, and she's right back in this batting appearance in the circle. Makes it 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, top of the third. Runner on base is Callie Unrein over on first for Truman. The 5th pitch, a strikeout. Kenzie Smith has her 4th of the day, and back to the dugout goes Emily Eberwine.
Third baseman number 14, Cam Patterson.
Cam Patterson, who struck out her first time up to bat, is her second. The third baseman swung on, fouled back. The 0-1 pitch catches the outside of the plate. Strike 2. Cam Patterson in danger of striking out for the second time tonight. And that one a low pitch. Smith low and out. Makes it 1-2 the count.
Beard in the hole. She's eager to get on the plate. She actually has the same batting average as Nichols, both with 400 coming into the day.
The best batter average-wise for Truman. Strikeout. Number 5 on the day. Smith strikes out the side. And that will end, well, that will take us to the middle of the third inning. Runner left on base for Truman, but still the score 11-2. Here you're watching Uindy Softball here on Uindy TV and the JoVC Sports Network.
Are you feeling alone in your faith? Uindy Catholic gives you an opportunity to get involved in a religious community on campus, providing sacramental needs and fellowship for prospective students and giving you a sense of belonging.
We just want you guys to know that God loves you, He delights in you, and He's in awe of you, and we would love to meet you. So you should come on out.
Uindy Catholic, a community for you.
Hey, it's Giselle here on 88.7 WICR.
88.7 The Diamond, the only jazz and classical station in Indianapolis, completely led by the students of the University of Indianapolis. Listen to us on iHeartRadio, TuneIn app, FM radio, HD radios, or even on our website at wicronline.org, a different kind of public radio.
Back here at Bumgarner Field, Lexi Reese will bat for the third time today. Reese has a couple walks. She scored once in that first inning, but 11-2 the score. And Reese looking for another. That first pitch swung on to the second baseman. Maria McGonigal makes the play for out number 1.
Third baseman, number 6, Emily O'Connor.
Annabelle Zimmer back to the circle for this third inning, who has pitched 91 pitches here through 2 1/3. O'Connor, the batter, takes ball 1 a little high. O'Connor with her 2 batting appearance. She struck out once. She couldn't reach base the second time as well with a fly out. And Zimmer calls for time. And Stephen, we've seen Zimmer call for time a lot here through the first 2 1/3 innings. O'Connor drives one out into the outfield, and it's a home run. Emily O'Connor goes yard for her 6th of the season. 12-2. O'Connor rounding third. That will be the 12th run of the day and the second home run by Indianapolis.
Yeah, Graham Zimmer, she took that pause, and it resulted in a home run for the Hounds.
Well, I was just going to ask you, we've seen her take a lot of those, calls for time. You think that that's because of just the wind, or you think that it's because that she's not super, overly confident in what pitch she's about to throw?
I think she's trying to find her rhythm right before she goes. She's palming the ball and sifting it through her hand. That wind is affecting it somehow, and she's just trying to. Seems a bit frustrated in her. Her routine is a little impacted.
Tries a curveball, does not get Shelby Cook to swing. The 1-1. While we have a second, let's check in with Elijah Sutton.
Hey, Graham and Steven. So it looks like these girls are still trying to brave the cold, and so are the umpires. They're having to stop frequently just to get the dirt out their eyes. But at the same time, it looks like the Hounds are taking advantage of this wind, popping it up, and eventually getting those 2 home runs. Back up to you, Graham and Steven.
All right, Elijah, and you see another pop-up right on cue. Shelby Cook, another hit, her 2nd of the day. She scored twice, but she is aboard for the 3rd time. And that is the 8th hit of the day for Indianapolis. And here comes Sydney Perry, already 1 run here in the bottom of the 3rd, and Uindy trying to add to that here with 1 out. Perry, who bats .305. They're going to actually have a pinch hitter, Grace Moselle, will come up to the plate. Now she's going to go back to the Uindy dugout, talk with Coach Frost. And they're going to have a pinch runner. So Moselle will go to first base, and Sydney Perry is going to bat.
Pitch running at first base, number 21, Grace Moselle.
Shelby Cook goes back to the dugout. Moselle will run for her. Moselle is a junior from Chicago. Sydney Perry, who bats .305, already has a hit on the day. She started in all 30 games, well, 30 of the 32 games, but she's started in all games that she's played in. Sydney Perry takes a strike. The 1-1 pitch swung on, fouled back, out of play, hits the net. Now 1-2 for Perry. And there is a ball. Perry doesn't swing on it. There's a slow pitch, but she'll let it go into the glove of Beard for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 3rd, and that's ball number 3. Sydney Perry hasn't had to swing much in this plate appearance. Runner on first is Grace Moselle. The full count, and that's going to be ball 4. Sydney Perry, second walk of the day for Perry. Pardon, that's the first walk of the day, actually, for Perry, and she'll move down to first base in her 3rd appearance. She's reached base all 3 times, Perry. Couple hits, now a walk. Dominique Proctor, the designated player, will bat with 1 out. Runners on first and second. And a scoring position for Grace Moselle. Ball number 1 is upstairs. Zimmer delivers a strike down the middle. She's now up above 100 pitches on the day. That was pitch number 104 for Annabelle Zimmer, who's given up 8 hits, a couple strikeouts, and there's another ball. Behind in the count again, Zimmer has gone 2 1/3. Proctor looking for another hit. This is her 2nd plate appearance. And swung on and missed for strike 2. Proctor's been aggressive, looking for her swing. She's taking a couple balls. Now 2-2. Just upstairs for ball number 3 and another full count. Zimmer in danger of giving up her 8th walk of the game through 2 1/3. And there's a drive. Proctor gets a hold of one. Home run. A 3-run homer for Proctor. That's her 4th of the year, and now 28 RBIs as the Greyhounds are pouring it on here in the 3rd inning. Makes it 15-2.
Yeah, that wasn't just a home run. That went and hit the apartments. Proctor with a huge hit there.
third home run of the day for Indianapolis. And Stephen, Coach Frost wasn't kidding when she said that, these pop flies are the wind's going to take them, and we've seen that a couple times already. Pop flies that you would think on, a normal sunny day might stay in the park. They have gone way out of here.
Yeah. We wondered before game, how would that wind affect the balls? Would it affect the hitters in a negative way or whatnot? So far, we've seen 3 home runs now.
Saw the flags blowing there.
They are carrying.
Oh, yeah. 3 home runs for Indianapolis. One by Megan Nichols in the first inning. That was a 3-run homer. Greyhounds scored 9 in that first inning. It was quickly 9-0. Right now 15-2, and we have a pitching change. Out into the circle, Mackenzie West is going to pitch for Coach Farrell. And while West warms up, we're actually going to take a break here. You're watching Uindy TV here on the GLVC Sports Network.
Bryce Young, right?
What did you say?
No, it's Bryce Young. It's obviously Bryce Young.
C.J. Stroud, the obvious pick for Steichen and the Colts.
Ohio State quarterbacks, we know they don't
I mean, come on. He's got the whole offense handed to him. Check out Last Call. We've got all the sports info you need from around the nation and right here on campus. Plenty of Uindy sports.
College football and college basketball.
The NFL.
The NBA.
MLB.
Don't forget about motorsports.
And I'll give you all the gambling picks you need to know to make some money right here on Last Call, Mondays at 4 o'clock on YouTube.
The world's a crazy place, and it's only getting crazier. And it seems like no one wants to talk about it. So I'm going to. That's why I created Real Talk, a roundtable discussion show where each week I bring on different guests to talk about hot-button issues in society. Join me every week to get your questions answered, Wednesdays at 1 p.m.
Back here, Bumgarner Field, new pitcher for Truman. It's going to be Mackenzie West, who's pitched in 10 games this year. She's started 2 games, but she's 0-4 in her 10 appearances. A 5.76 ERA, but trying to give Indianapolis a new pitcher to look at. And a pinch hitter for Indianapolis as Tara Williams will bat for Coach Frost. Williams has had 18 at-bats on the year. She's actually started in 6 games and a 1.11 batting average. Take strike 1. Pitch by West. A little bit inside. Ball number 1. And that one hits the dirt for ball number 2. Williams watches it. On deck, we have Megan Weininger for Indianapolis. She'll be batting for Tori Angles as that pitch fouled back by Williams.
West with some fresh energy at the circle. Definitely a switch up for the Hounds.
Williams, 5th pitch of the at-bat. West delivers the 2-2. Low for ball 3. One out here. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Williams makes contact. It's up high into the clouds, and coming over from first base, Brianna Klein makes the play on it for out number 2. couple Bulldogs coming over to track that one down, but Klein ultimately making the grab, and that's out number 2 here.
Pinch hitting for your Greyhounds, number 5, Megan Weininger.
Megan Weininger up to the plate. She's a left-hander. A freshman from Greenfield Central right here in Indiana. Slap hitter, made contact first pitch, but it's going to be fouled back by Megan, who's batting .533 on the year, Steven. In her 15 at-bats, has 8 hits and a couple RBIs. Weininger. Ball 1. Just outside the plate.
Still not a hit yet.
The 1-1 pitch just inside. Ball 2. The 2-1 pitch, Weininger lets it go outside. That's ball number 3. Mackenzie West getting behind now. A few balls in a row. Hasn't been able to find the strike zone. And Weininger looking for her 9th hit of the year to keep the efficiency alive. Started 5 games in 13 appearances. Ball number 4, Weininger lets it go. That's her 4th walk of the year, but the Greyhounds have a man aboard with 2 outs for Piper Belden, the pinch hitter. The senior from Greenwood went to Center Grove, and Belden will pinch hit for Jocelyn Calvin. Belden's had 37 plate appearances on the year. Just 4 hits, though, batting .108. And she'll take ball 1 outside. And a high pitch, ball number 2. West lost that one a little bit upstairs. The 2-0 pitch, down low for ball 3, West. Uncomfortable few pitches here. Walks Weininger, now 3-0 behind in the count.
Second left-hand batter in a row for her to pitch to.
Belden lets it go right down the middle for strike 1. Belden still ahead in the count. 2 outs here, bottom of the 3rd. Greyhounds have scored 4, and that one off of herself. That's a foul ball, Belden. That's strike 2 now, full count. And Belden is a walk, and the bad throw. Beard could not get it to the shortstop, Daniels. but it didn't matter either way because the walk sent Weininger to second. Weininger on second, and over to first goes Piper Belden.
Almost looks like those throws by Beard, she's very confident in, but with the wind, it's not normal routine. Definitely impacting them.
For your Greyhounds, number 9.
A pinch hitter as Lauren Moselle will pinch it for Megan Nichols. So Coach Frost gets up by a ton, really, and making some substitutions, letting some of her players who don't get as much, playing batting time, getting them some experience here in the conditions. Moselle up to the plate. Grace Moselle, her sister, already scored today. And she'll take strike one down the middle. Two outs in the bottom of the third, and Moselle fouls it off into the parking lot. The 0-2 is low for ball number 1. Good eye by Lauren Moselle, who took that one just a little bit low. Moselle ready for the fourth pitch of the at-bat. West Winding delivering a ball that hits the dirt. Runner on second. Weininger will lead off but run back to the bag. Two Greyhounds on base here for Lauren Moselle. Moselle lets it one go high. 3 straight balls for West, and it's a full count. The full count, strikeout. Home plate umpire says it caught the inside half of the plate, and Moselle strikes out, goes back to the dugout. Greyhounds leave a couple on base, but score 4 in the bottom of the third. 9 hits, 15-2 the score. You're watching Uindy Softball on Uindy TV and the GLVC Sports Network.
Are you feeling alone in your faith? Uindy Catholic gives you an opportunity to get involved in a religious community on campus, providing sacramental needs and fellowship for prospective students and giving you a sense of belonging.
We just want you guys to know that God loves you, He delights in you, and He's in awe of you, and we would love to meet you. So you should come on out.
Uindy Catholic, a community for you.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
Back at Bumgarner Field, Kenzie Smith done for the day. Well, at least done for this first game, I should say. She pitched 3 innings, 57 pitches, 3 hits, a couple runs earned, and 5 strikeouts She did strike out the side in that third inning.
Number 44, Alexa Huth now pitching.
And Alexa Huth will take over for her in the center circle.
Number 25 takes over behind the
And
plate.
from the circle, Huth has had 4 appearances in the circle to this year, I should say. 3.5 is her ERA.
Sarah Williams
But
at
she's
first
only
base.
pitched 4 innings, so some relief appearances. Hasn't started so far a game,
Carly Hilsing
and
takes
has
over at
no win or
shortstop.
loss record. So she's 0-0.
Lauren Moselle
And
at third base.
Smith, if the score remains in Indianapolis, keeps the lead, Smith will take her 18th win of the year. Her record will move to 18-3, and Huth will pitch to the catcher Alex Beard.
Beard, not many chances so far today to hit. Eager to hear.
Piper Belding takes over at second base.
Mackenzie West, Stephen, did a pretty good job facing Indianapolis in that third inning. Pitched 2/3 of an inning and faced 4 batters, but didn't give up any hits, any runs. And, she played well against Indianapolis. Zimmer went a little over 100 pitches today, but gave up 15 runs on 9 hits on her 25 batters faced. Just couldn't really find anything today, Annabelle Zimmer.
Leading off the top of the 4th inning for Truman, number 25 catcher Alex Beard.
Alex Beard, the junior, making her second plate appearance, takes first pitch outside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch fouled off, and back for strike 1.
Some Hounds getting some valuable experience here when otherwise they might not have. Due to the big lead. Huth with a nice pitch there.
And Coach Frost is, great at that. She is a veteran. She's coached 19 years with Indianapolis. And, she knows that there's a ground ball, shortstop, fielded, and tag is put on. Great play by Indianapolis.
Outstanding play.
That was first baseman Tara Williams who made the tag. The shortstop, Carly Hilsing, throw was a little bit inside, but that was Williams, an outstanding play, able to catch that one, readjust midair, and make the tag. And right now, though, Beard is back at the plate. There is one out up on the board, but they're going to call that one back. So the out is wiped away. Still a great play by Williams, but it doesn't count. The 2-2, and that one will go to Williams, and there she will apply the tag. That one's going to count. That's out number 1 here in the top of the 4th. So one more pitch thrown, no harm done. Alexa Huth, like Steven mentioned, getting some valuable playing time and some experience here in her 5th relief appearance of the season.
Mackenzie West.
The 0-1 is a strike. Pardon, that was the 1-0. Makes it strike number 1 and 1-1 the count. The batter, Mackenzie West, comes out of the circle, steps up to the plate, and there she takes ball 2. Proctor now playing catcher, who was the designated player. Over at shortstop, Carly Hilsing. Tara Williams at first. Some field adjustments as well, and a little half check swing is drilled out into center field. There's a base hit, and Mackenzie West will go over to first base with a 4th hit of the day for Truman.
First baseman, number 16.
West has her 2nd of the day. Huth getting ready. That's her 3rd batter of the afternoon, this inning, and that's ball 1. Brianna Klein. The 1-0 pitch inside. No, they say the umpire says it catches the plate. A big strike zone towards that inner half of the plate, especially when batters are crowding. Klein takes strike 1. 1-1 the count. Still 1 out. Top of the 4th inning. Huth delivers a pitch, and it's going to be fouled off down the right field line. Out of play. 2 strikes. Huth is ready. Inside pitch. Proctor firing it down to second. Bobbling the ball, and that is a stolen base by Mackenzie West. Excellent heads-up play by West to get herself into scoring position now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brianna Klein at the plate.
West trying to pump some hustle up in these Bulldogs.
Klein struck out in her first appearance, does so again. First strikeout of the day for Alexa Huth, and that's the 6th strikeout by Uindy as a team here in just 3 2/3 innings.
Right fielder number 2, Macy Taylor.
Macy Taylor, the right fielder, up to the plate, left-hander. Shows bunt, pulls it back. Wild pitch. Mackenzie West will move over to third base on the poor pitch by Huth. That pitch low for ball 2. Taylor has a hit and a run back in that 2nd inning, and she takes ball 3 outside. Huth well behind in the count. 3 balls, no strikes here. 2 outs, top of the 4th. Runner in scoring position for Truman. It's Mackenzie West, and that's ball 4. Now 2 runners aboard for the Bulldogs. Up to the plate, Maria McGonigal for her 2nd plate appearance.
Second baseman number 4, Maria McGonigal.
First pitch, down low for ball 1. McGonigal just 5 hits on the year in 60 plate appearances. Takes ball 2, low as well. Proctor throws down, and it's tipped out of the air. That's a bad play by the shortstop, Carly Hilsing, and a run will come in to score. That's West who scores from third. Error on the shortstop, Carly Hilsing, and it's 15-3.
Yeah, almost looked like it was going directly to second base, but the shortstop tried to catch it first. Big scoring opportunity for the Bulldogs.
And Macy Taylor, who was walked, will go over to third base, and there's another walk. 4 pitches, 4 balls, and another walk. And Lauren Moselle will come over and chat with Alexa Huth, probably giving her some words of encouragement. A couple walks here, also giving up a run, Huth. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th, and a pinch hitter, Lauren Stady, will bat. She'll replace Olivia Daniels at shortstop. McGonigal over on first. And bad pitch, down low, ball 1. Runners on the corners for Lauren Stady. 2 outs here in the 4th. And there's a strike. Huth finds the bottom of the strike zone. That time, excellent heater. The fastball makes the count 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Outside for ball 2. Stephen, what do you think about what we've seen so far from Alexa Huth?
She looks composed. After that last mishap, she looks like she's not wanting any more scores to happen. Another heater right there.
Excellent pitch by Alexa Huth. Second strike of the at-bat. That seems like the pitch that she's most confident in, her fastball. The 2-2, another fastball swung on and missed. Huth, some aggression and excited as she retires the side with a couple left on base. Runners on the corner. Bulldogs score 1 here in the top of the 4th, makes it 15-3. 9 hits for Uindy, 4 hits for Truman. Greyhounds up to bat when we come back here in the bottom of the 4th, right here on Uindy TV and the GLVC Sports Network.
Award-winning news coverage. Brought to you by ethical journalists that care about you. We have you covered on crime, latest on sports, and the best in entertainment. This is Uindy TV News.
Back at Bumgarner Field, Lexi Reese up to the plate. Another plate appearance for Reese. She's had 3 plate appearances today, 2 walks. She's scored once, and also a ground out. This is her 4th plate appearance. Reese batting .360 on the year. Olivia Daniels back at shortstop for Truman. Reese, the designated player. On deck, Carly Hilsing, the shortstop. And ump calls for time. Mackenzie West back in the circle. Now she's ready. First pitch of the inning is a strike down the inside corner. And Reese watches it go by. The 0-1 pitch, that one's inside for ball one. And another inside pitch. West hammering the inside half of that plate, but Reese not buying it and hasn't swung after many. West is ready, Reese is ready. The 2-1 is high, ball three. There's a drive, and that's going to be a fair ball. It was tipped off the third baseman's hands. Cameron Patterson couldn't make the play, and it goes out of play, but that will be 2 bases for Lexi Reese. She'll walk to second after that one goes into the dugout, and there's a double. Lexi Reese, leadoff man aboard.
Yeah, she's taking the bait on that, or on those inside pitches, and then she finally just swung. Got her a double.
And shaken up over on third, Patterson, not sure where she got hit, but she's a little bit shaken up. Took one, looks like maybe to the leg. I mean, Lexi Reese just clobbered that one. She saw a pitch she liked, and she just ripped that one down the line, straight into the body of Cam Patterson, who now seems to be all right. Ron Farrell going out to check on her. But that's, you know, looking back at all of the innings, that's one thing Uindy has done outstandingly well is get their leadoff man aboard, and even, you know, maybe even their first couple leadoff men aboard. The batters have gotten on base, and then they clean up after that. Big part of the reason Uindy has this 12-run lead. It's 15-3 here in the bottom of the fourth. Second batter of this inning, Carly Hilsing, the freshman from St. Louis. Hilsing has 8 at-bats on the year. She's batting .375. Couple hits, couple RBIs as well. There's a wild pitch. Reese will go over to third. The catcher, Beard, will get it. Pardon, that's Maddie McCarty, the catcher. But now no outs and Reese on third in scoring position for Carly Hilsing, who is ahead in the count 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. Hilsing takes it inside, strike one. On deck, Grace Moselle will bat after Hilsing, who swings and fouls it back. Rockets up right in front of this press box, but that will be strike number 2 for Hilsing.
Hilsing so far been very aggressive with the pitches. Looking to hit one out the park here.
After that hit by Lexi Reese, now double-digit hits on the day for Uindy. They have 10 of them with those 15 runs. Foul back again. That one out of play for Hilsing. Count remains 2-2. West now adding to her pitch total. Up above 20 on the day. Hilsing looking for her 4th hit of the year. She's ready at the plate. The 2-2 pitch. That one swung on, and it's caught out of the air by the first baseman, by Truman. Excellent play over there at first. That was Carly Ryan who caught that one. And that is out number 1 of this 4th inning. Now Grace Moselle to the plate. On deck, Nicole Pierce. Haven't seen her yet today, but she was subbed in as well. She's on deck. She'll bat next, the lefty. Couple lefties in a row for Mackenzie West. Moselle up to the plate. 1 strike off the foul tip. Great camera angle there. You see West getting ready. Winding, delivering the 0-1, and it's tipped back. Reese could score here, and she does just that. And she got, wow, hit in the face off the catcher's throw. Maddie McCarty was trying to find the pitcher West to tag her out, but that hits Reese. But nonetheless, that's the 16th run of the day. Indianapolis adding to their total, and that is the 2nd time that Lexi Reese has scored today. Moselle still at the plate, takes a strike. 2-1 the count.
Again, most of the action in this game has been started by some errors that have been made.
Low and outside for ball 3. Grace Moselle trying to get on base. The center fielder, Moselle, takes it inside for ball 4. Doesn't have to swing. She'll go over, walk to first, and up to the plate comes Nicole Pierce, who's batting .250 on the year. Has only had 4 plate appearances so far this season. She's played in 8 games, but only 4 plate appearances and just 1 hit. But looking for her 2nd of the year here from their home field, and Pierce takes ball 1, low and outside. Moselle walked and over on first. Nicole Pierce at the plate. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Uindy pouring it on in their home opener here from Bumgardner Field. It's 16-3. And Nicole Pierce just trying to add to it, takes ball 2, low and outside yet again. Pierce is ready. The 2-0, high, ball 3. Three balls and no strikes for Nicole Pierce. Got 1 out and 1 runner on base. That's Moselle that's over on first. The 3-0 will be down the middle. Great pitch by West, and Pierce reluctant to swing on that one. Count now 3-1. There's a swing and another strike. Pierce looking, but doesn't have the eye for that one. Makes it a full count. Pierce has struck out twice this year And there's a hit to the shortstop, possible double play, and no. That was Pierce who beat out the throw from the second baseman McGonigal, and she will stand on first base. Moselle was thrown out at second.
Catcher number 25, Dominic Proctor.
Almost a 6-4-3 double play, but Pierce beat out the throw. Great hustle by her, and the junior will be on first base for Dominic Proctor. Proctor, first pitch swinging, and it's over into left field for a base hit. Proctor has her third hit of the day, has 5 RBIs. And a couple extra base hits as well. Had a home run back in the third inning, Proctor. A 3-run homer. And she'll has her third hit of the day. She's over on first base now for the batter, Tara Williams. High pitch, runners can advance, and they do. Pierce over to third, Proctor down to second. And now Tara Williams has a couple runners in scoring position in Uindy looking for some insurance runs. Williams lets the 1-0 go downstairs. 2-0 the count, 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. This could be the last time that Uindy bats because of the 8-run 5-inning rule. After 5 innings, if a team is winning by 8 runs or more, then the game is over. And Williams adding to it. A drive down to the warning track, and that will be a 2-run, 2-out double for Tara Williams. An RBI double brings in 2, makes it 18-3, Steven.
Yeah, they're not letting up with the scoring. Looking to get the most runs they can before they likely won't to be able to anymore in the game.
Number 5, right fielder, Megan
And again,
Weininger.
the younger players stepping up and getting experience when they otherwise would not have.
Right. Williams, her first 2 RBIs of the that's now her RBIs number 4 and 5 of the day, but that will be out number 3. Truman gets out of the jam, just gave up 3 runs there in the bottom of the 4th inning, and they retire the side. It's 18-3, final chance for Truman. They need some runs here in the top of the 5th inning. You're watching Uindy Softball here on Uindy TV and the GLVC Sports.
Bryce Young, right?
What did you say?
No, it's Bryce Young. It's obviously Bryce Young.
C.J. Stroud, the obvious pick for Steichen and the Colts.
Ohio State quarterbacks, we know they don't
I mean, come on. He's got the whole offense handed to him. Check out Last Call. We've got all the sports info you need from around the nation and right here on campus. Plenty of Uindy sports.
College football and college basketball.
The NFL.
The NBA.
MLB.
Don't forget about motorsports.
And I'll give you all the gambling picks you need to know to make some money right here on Last Call, Mondays at 4 o'clock on YouTube.
The world's a crazy place, and it's only getting crazier. And it seems like no one wants to talk about it. So I'm going to. That's why I created Real Talk, a roundtable discussion show where each week I bring on different guests to talk about hot-button issues in society. Join me every week to get your questions answered, Wednesdays at 1 p.m.
Back here at Bumgarner Field, top of the 5th inning. Last chance for Truman State, and Alexa Huth will call time. The Greyhounds 29-3. This is their home opener. They've played 32 games, none of them here from Bumgarner Field. This is the first of many.
Huth with some juice.
That one. Quick pitch, fastball down the middle for strike one. Uindy looking for their 30th win of the season. Last year, Stephen, they went 48-10, had high hopes of maybe even a World Series appearance, chance to go over to Colorado, and a chance to play at the Division II Softball World Series, but they didn't end up having a chance. There's a drive, but a foul ball as Callie Ryan drills that one. But, Stephen, maybe even an even better chance last year in the GLVC tournament for Indianapolis. They ended up losing to USI. USI isn't in the GLVC conference anymore. They moved to Division I play, but the Greyhounds probably didn't have their best GLVC tournament. They were the 2 seed of the tournament last year, and over in East Peoria, I was on that trip, and they didn't look good, honestly. They seem to have gotten pretty fatigued towards the end of the year. They kind of rocketed through the season, and they had an outstanding year. Kinsey Smith was just phenomenal, but seemed to lose some gas there towards the end, and they lost in that GLVC championship game 1-0 to USI.
Yeah, well, they're 4-0 in the year in the conference.
Right.
They seem like they have definitely flipped the switch. Kinsey Smith, she's getting some extra rest here, and it looks like for the long haul, we're going to have some pitchers who can actually relieve for her in good fashion.
Absolutely. And, a lot of that, Smith was the ace last year, but didn't have a lot of players that were able to back her up, but some great pitchers who have had outstanding years so far. Caitlin Brown has had 10 appearances. She is 6-0. She started 8 games. Also, Jaden Casebolt has started 8 games. She's 6-0 as well in her 11 appearances. Has pitched 3 complete games. Caitlin Brown, 3 complete games. Brown, a .95 ERA, and Casebolt, a 1.63 ERA. And there is the first out as Unrein foul ball over to Tara Williams, who steps on the bag, and the Greyhounds are 2 outs away. Stephen, what chances do you give Indianapolis of
fielder number 13,
maybe getting through the Midwest Regional, getting through the GLVC tournament first, but once they get into postseason play, then that Midwest Regional? Last year, Indianapolis knocked off Findlay in the opener of that regional 8-2, but then they lost 2 straight against number 21 Grand Valley State, the Lakers. They lost to them 7-0, and then they lost also in that Midwest Regional, who they had beat Findlay. They had then lost to Findlay 5-3, and just like that, double elimination, their season was over.
Yeah, they seem very grounded right now. UIndy doesn't seem like they're very temperamental.
Yeah.
And it seems like that this team, although young, or the players getting the experience today, they're well thorough. You can see everybody after that last out, they all ran right over there, threw it to each other, and they're all clapping each other up. This is also their first time playing here. They've played today as if they were tired of those traveling and those hotels. And hopefully this strong performance can just lead on into the postseason. I would say their chances are stronger than last year. They seem a little bit more confident in themselves.
The batter was Emily Eberwine. She grounded out, and that is the second out of the inning. Final out as Cameron Patterson up to bat for Truman. UIndy's lost 3 games this year, but they've won 13 in a row. They lost to Malloy down in Florida. They also lost to Harding College, which was down in Tennessee. They lost to them 5-4, and then another tough loss, 6-4 to start the year. They lost to number 20 in the nation, ranked at the time, Lincoln Memorial. Chance of the game, and that is the 3rd out of this top of the 5th, and that is the game. Greyhounds win it 18-3 after the 8-run rule. They pick up their 30th win of the year. Stephen, what an outstanding performance by the Greyhounds.
Yeah, amazing performance. Like we said, this being the first home game,
Right.
they came out here slinging it, slamming it, and even though the wind was a factor, they still managed to get 3 home runs. You can't really ask for much better of a performance.
Greyhounds kicking off a 10-game homestand right here from Bumgarner Field, 2 of which happening today. They just picked up their first win here from Bumgarner Field on the year, 18-3. Here in just a few minutes, the Greyhounds will take on Truman as well. Again, the Bulldogs here in about 20, 25, 30 or so minutes. Some chance to warm up. For my sideline reporter, Elijah Sutton, Stephen Pagel to my left, Graham Shear on hand, saying so long from Bumgarner Field. Greyhounds win it 18-3. Stay tuned and back for more here on Uindy TV and the GLVC Sports Network.